Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
This is Burundi. So according to the new administrative boundaries, today we have now 5 provinces. Here you can easily identify Bujumbura, here is Gitega, and here you have Burunga, Buhumuza, and Butanyerera. Okay, so what you can see as gray represent what we do in the interim phase. Also the initial phase and then the rest for the next phase. You can easily see the different collines which will be connected by our project. This is very close to Bujumbura, very close to here. So starting from the south, Kanyosha, going to Ijenda. So this is, I want to say this is very, very close to our office, and this is where we will also have the early works. So close to this, in the same new provinces, you have Gaombore, Ubanza, and Gaombore. There's the good thing here because we have one HVMD substation, meaning that this will allow us to serve a good quality of energy to our new customers. You can easily see the TFN collins, which will be connected.
You've got Burundi all the way to Gitega.
Burundi to Gitega, you know very well.
Oh yeah, right down the road all the time. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So this is one specific case because this pilot is between 2 substations.
Right.
Here you have Gitega and Zege, you know, one of the biggest substations in the country.
Yep.
And then Burundi is true, it's little, but it's also a good substation. The youngest substation and the one which brings the 220. Because before Muinga, everything was 110. So Muinga allowed us to have the 220.
But it's also the biggest in terms of
Exactly.
square area.
Exactly. It's also the biggest. It's also the biggest. And the good thing to say is, you know, this area, initially it was like, in the past it was 13 collins, you know, 13 provinces, and today it's 5. This is why you see it in 3 provinces at the same time.
Right, of course.
Yeah, and this will allow us with this to continue on this way to Kirundo,
Expanding.
on this way to Ngozi, where a new HBMB substation is expected. Then I will take you to this map, because in this map you have the earthworks. So this is like a view of Sud Ijenda. So here the objective is for you to see the 5 collins where we will start the fieldworks.
Okay.
So the 2 in yellow, Kizunga and Nkonko. Kizunga, this is where we will dig and erect our first pole in the coming days. 13 to 15 March to Kizunga. For now, everything has been done in terms of studies, procurement. We already have some goods in our warehouse at Gitega, and the ENS team have clearly identified the people affected by the project to respect everything in terms of ENS processes and procedures. So this is why you have it in yellow. What you have in blue is also detailed design already done, ENS process in progress, and then after this we will continue to this. Then when we continue to this, we will not stop, because when we will start the field work.
I was about to say, because you've got that whole map to fill in, right?
Exactly. It will be like, I want to say, a very long journey, continue with the PPP, a very good 6 to 10 years construction activities, having people everywhere in Burundi, digging, erecting, and I think all of us will be happy.
We will be happy, that's for sure, and the Burundians will love it.
Yeah, the good thing is, according to what we do, in these first 2 collins, we expect to connect 1,000 customers And only for the pilot, we will connect 55,000 customers.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And growing with every year, right?
Growing every year because the idea is after the first 2 years construction, having like an average 200,000 customers at least to be connected per year. Because we target to connect 1.6 million according to the rate because we need to electrify at least 70% of the Burundians living in Burundi. And we are in the good trend now.
That's fantastic. I'd love to see this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The maps we were just looking at are an indication that it's not just a concept. It is a detailed reality of a plan on how to get from here to there. And that's what I love about business. They come in and they bring in the details to help bring the growth that a country like Burundi really needs. The things that WEZA could do could be monumental for Burundi. They could allow for a sea change in this country. Electrification is the basis for economic growth. And I think that the kind of electrification that WEZA is looking to do is the kind that could help Burundi to jump to the next level in its own economic story. We're talking about changing the way electrification is done in Burundi, going from about 17% electrification to something closer to 70% electrification. That is a jump forward, and it's one that requires the whole country to be involved. This is not just about going to Bujumbura or Gitega or Ngozi and having good electricity. This is about going to the rural areas and watching them be able to not just light up their homes and schools and hospitals, but to see them be able to light up little businesses, light up maybe little mining, maybe little community centers where they can pull together entrepreneurs to make the next levels of business. So that, I think, is an amazing vision. And the only way that this can be done is the way that WEZA is trying to do it, through a public-private partnership, which brings in international funders and private capital to showcase that business leads the way in terms of growth. The kinds of PPPs, they started out with Songa doing little PPPs to generate electricity, and now we're talking about one that will almost cover the entire map of Burundi and truly showcases the way in which the government can partner with business to create the growth that this country needs. That project will help with youth unemployment. We're talking about great jobs for young Burundians. Right now, I think, if I remember correctly, WEZA has about 50 employees, right?
Yes.
But in order to electrify this whole country, I think WEZA is going to have to grow to about 2,000 employees.
Correct.
And those are young people who get to learn the skills that this training center will bring. A 3-month training course in which these young people will learn how to install these kinds of electricity lines, how to maintain them, how to collaborate with the businesses to ensure that they're getting the electricity they need, or the schools, or the hospitals, because that's how this plan comes into reality. It's with a lot of jobs, a lot of hard work, and the training center, as far as I understand, is kind of the heart of that, the heart of training young people so that they can become part of this plan and the next generation of electrification here in Burundi. Economic growth is never easy, but the private sector is the engine of economic growth in any country in the world. Of course the government plays a part, and I know that Burundi's government is trying to play that part, but the kinds of public-private partnerships that WEZA signifies are the kind that are really going to jumpstart economic growth in Burundi. And inviting U.S. companies, in my humble opinion, is one of the best ways to showcase the linkages between our two countries, but also to showcase that the private sector can be a game changer in terms of economic growth and in terms of jobs for young Burundians. It doesn't matter which sector we're talking about. We may be talking about electricity here, but we could be talking about any other sector, agriculture or trade or creation of goods for overseas. I really hope that this is a trend that I continue to see grow in the future for Burundi.